In this tutorial, at the end, you're going to create something similar to this. This here, lamine yamal sports design. Without talking much, let's get started. So I'll click on new file, and my width is 4 and my height is 5 in inches, not pixels, inches. So I'll name my project lamine yamal sports design, and make sure that my resolution is 300, and I'll click on create. I'll leave a link below the description box. This link will lead you to a newly created Telegram account in which I'll place the zip file of all the resources that I used in this tutorial, so that you go download the zip file and unzip so that you can use the same resources for your practice in this tutorial. Without talking much, let's start. I'll click on file, bring in my go to place embed, bring in my background. It's too small, so I'll scale it up to fit the canvas. I think this is okay. So I'll click. I have to make my background black and white, so I will go to image adjustment. This saturate is grayed out. I have to rasterize my layer, so I'll right click, go to rasterize layer, go again, image adjustments, desaturate. It has turned my image to black and white, but I don't like the contrast of it, so I have to add more contrast by going to adjustment, curves. I'll create 3 points, one below here, middle, and upper here. I'll bring the down one below like that, the upper one high like that, to create the contrast that I want. Let's see the before and after. Okay, before, after, before. I think I like this contrast. So the next thing I will do is I'll create a new layer by clicking on this icon and name it gradient. So I'll select my gradient to over here. Then I'll change the colors to blue and red. It has already been done, but yours may be different. So you click over here and you change your color to the color that you want. If you want blue, you change it to blue. If you want green, you change it to green. If you want yellow, orange, any color that you want. So but I want blue, so I'll select that blue and click OK. I want red, I'll click here, select red, and I'll click OK. But still, if you can't see your colors, come to this handle over here, click on it and change the opacity to 100. And if you can't see your color at the right side, click over here and also increase the opacity to 100. Now you can see your colors and click OK. So for my gradient, I'll be using radial gradient, not linear this time around. I'll be using radial gradient. So I'll click here, I'll drag to the right side. It has created the nice gradient that I want, that the blue transition into the red, but I want the red to be on the left side rather. and the blue side on the right side. So I'll go to edit, undo, and click here and move to the left like that. Yeah. So I'll change the blending mode to overlay. Yeah. So I'll bring in another resource, place embed this resource over here. Now I'll click on place. I'll increase the size. Mm, like this. Yeah. And I'll change the blending mode to screen. Yeah. Click on I'll move to move it up a bit like that. Yeah. So I'll bring in my lamine yamal. So I'll bring lamine yamal. Click here. I'll name him lamine yamal shit. Lamine yamal shit. Bring in another one. I'll double click. And now I'll name this one lamine yamal blue. And I'll bring in the one with the cup. Lamine yamal cup. Lamine yamal cup. Yeah. So this is lamine yamal cup, lamine yamal blue, and lamine yamal shit. I have to place them very well. So let me bring lamine yamal shit over here, lamine yamal blue over here, and lamine yamal in the middle. Yeah, I think he's has tilted to the left side a bit. I press Ctrl T and bring and rotate him like that. You can see that the cursor changes to some curved stuff at the corner there. I hope you can see that. So as it changes to that, you can now rotate it. Rotate him a bit like that. I'll click. I think the lamine shirt and the lamine blue, they are too big. So I'll press Ctrl T to scale them down a bit. Yeah. Yeah. I'll scale him down too. So I'll select lamine blue and I'll scale lamine blue. I'll scale him down to a bit. Let me scale him up small. Click OK. I think they're nice. So now my next thing is I have to create layer max for all of them. So I'll select lamine markup, create a layer max, lamine blue, layer max, lamine shirt, layer max. I have to duplicate lamine shirt, that is this one, and duplicate lamine blue, that is this one, and scale both of them and place it at the top right corner here. So let me duplicate lamine shirt, that is this one first. Control J. Let me bring him here and press Control T and scale him up a bit like that. This time around, I want his nose and teeth only to be in like that. So I'll bring the copy below the main layer like that. so that he will be behind the main layer. I'll select um lamine yamal blue, and I'll duplicate him too, and I'll press Ctrl J. No, sorry, Ctrl T to scale him to. So I want his nose and mouth only. His nose and mouth only. Yeah, something like this. I think I have to scale this one to uh, up a bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have to bring the copy to below like that. So I have to bring it another below here. So the copy are below the main layers. I'll desaturate lamine yamal copy. That is this one and that one over there. So I'll click on the blue one, lamine yamal blue, and go to image adjustment, desaturate. Oh, still grayed out. Right click, rasterize layer, image adjustment, desaturate. Lamine yamal shirt here. I have to desaturate him too. Let me rasterize first before desaturating. Image adjustment, desaturate. Okay. I don't like uh how they are looking now. I want to add curve to this lamine yamal blue and this lamine yamal shirt. So I have to change their blending mode to multiply. Let me see. I think multiply is okay. Yeah, multiply. But I have to clean something up. So let me yamal blue at the background. So I'll click on my brush too, and I'll select the layer max, and make sure that I'm on black. So I'll clean here. I'll clean there. Yeah. And I'll select this one too, and I'll clean him up like that, as you can see. No. So lamine yamal blue, I'll select that. Go to adjustment and curves. I want to add curves to that lamine yamal blue, but I want the curve to affect only the lamine yamal blue. So I'll click on this clip to layer. I'll click on that, and I'll make changes to the curve. This time around, there's no formula to that. It depends on how your design went. So I'll click, 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 and I'll make changes. Let me see. Uh, I don't know. I think this is looking okay. So as I said, it depends on your eye and how you see things. Yeah, I think I prefer this one. I go to lamine yamal shirt. That is this layer. I'll click on adjustment, curves, and I'll make same changes over here. Again, I just want to affect that layer only. So I'll click on clip to layer so that it will affect that layer only. And I'll make changes. Changes. with no formula. I'm making changes based on my eye. I think I like how it looks like. Yeah. So yeah, lamine yamal blue, lamine yamal shirt. Let me decrease lamine yamal shirt a bit and see if it will look cool. So I've decreased it a bit to 83, the opacity. Let me decrease lamine yamal, this one, its opacity to, so that's like 80 something, 86. I think it's looking great. Yeah. So let me turn off my lamia mouse layer, all of them off, and my curves. Let me add something over here. That is a texture that I downloaded on the internet. Let me bring in and change the the mode of the texture. This time around, I'll bring the texture below here so that it can affect the background, the gradient, and the this layer that I brought in, that's sun something. So I'll place it on top of this layer. I'll turn on. I'll change the blending mode to let's go for screen. Ah, yeah, screen looks good. And press Ctrl J to duplicate it to give it more texture. Yeah. So I'll turn on the layers that there's something wrong here. This curve has not been clipped, as you can see. You can see that it's not having that kind of arrow down here. So I'll click on that and I'll click on the clipped layer. Okay. Yeah, now it has been done. So I'll bring in, yeah. So my next thing I'll do here is I'll fade my lamine yamal um shirt over here by using my brush too, so that I'll fade. I don't want any sharp edge of fade. It's like that. Then lamine yamal blue to I should fade. So before you can fade, you have to select the layer mask we created earlier on. So you click on that layer, then you click on the layer mask before you can, I mean, paint or clean that sharp edge. And also, my flow is to, you have to get a lower flow before you can get it smooth. The higher you go, the more difficult, or the the greater it cleans it off. So always go for a lower flow so that you can get a smooth one. So I will select my lamine yamal um, blue here. I'll go to filter, camera raw filter. What I'll do here is I'll increase my texture to 100, my clarity a bit to 25. I don't know. I'll increase my dehaze, increase the clarity a bit. It depends on how you want it to be. So my texture is 100, my clarity is 38, my dehaze is 22, and I'll increase my exposure. Let's see how it all goes. Yeah, let me apply similar to my lamine this lamine here. That is the shirt. Go to filter, camera, raw. Yeah, texture, clarity, dehaze, uh, exposure. Let's see how it will go. Yeah, it's given. It's given. I think I have to add more uh, exposure to the lamine blue. So I'll come again, filter, camera roll. Let me pump up the exposure a bit and see if it will look good. Um, yeah, I think it didn't make any great changes, but we take it like that. So let's focus on lamine cup. Lamine cup 2. I didn't fade the edge, so I have to select the layer, max, select my brush on black and fade to, as you can see. Yeah. So I'll select my lamine, the main layer, and go to filter. So going to filter, make sure that you have always selected the main layer. If you select the layer max and you apply the filter, it won't give you this result. So select the main layer, go to filter, camera raw, texture, clarity, dehaze, uh, bump up the contrast. This time around, I just want more color in let me get more one more contrast exposure. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's starting looking good over here. One thing I missed out is I have to decrease the color of the lamine shirt and lamine blue. So I'll select the layer lamine blue, go to camera raw. I should have done all this at once, but you know I forgot, so I have to come back and do it again. But you can do it all at once. So I have to come to saturation and decrease the to 30, yeah, 34 is okay. Negative 34 for the saturation. Yeah. Then let me your mouse shut to filter camera raw. Uh Saturation, where is it? Negative 30 4. I think it's good. Yeah. So I'll click on file and bring in this layer over here. Yeah, I'll bring in that. So this layer, I'll change the blending mode to screen. You can't see that layer. I'll bring it on top and I'll place it to the right here, and I'll press Ctrl J and I'll bring it to here. But we don't want it to be on top. We want it to be beneath the lamine markup. That's this one. So I'll select the those two and I'll hold Control to select both of them, and I'll bring it below the lamine markup. Select Control to select both of them, bring it below lamine markup. You can adjust it as you bring it to your preference. Yeah. Uh, Let me turn it off and make changes to this one too. Yeah, I think it's starting to form up a bit. Yeah. So I'll go to file and bring in another texture over here. And this is branch 146L. Bring it in. I'll place it on top and I click OK. I'm changing the blending mode to uh lightning on screen. I go for lightning. This time around we don't want it to affect lamine markup. So I'll bring it below lamine markup like that, and I'll decrease the opacity a bit like this. Yeah. So my next thing that I'll do here is write lamine yamal text over here. So I'll type in lamine, changing the text to white so that I can see it. Lamine, it's too small. Let me go for 36. Yeah, 36 is given enough. And I have to write lamine yamal. So I'll type again yamal. So the lamine here, I will no, let me click over here. For the lamine, I'll double click to select all the lamine and go to this thing over here. I don't know what it's called. I think it's warp text. Okay, I'll click on that. I'll change the style to upper, arc upper, and it's giving 50, but I want around 30. Yeah, around 30. I'll click OK. The amount to same, but this time around I'll change it to arc lower. I'll go for 30. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, it's given. It's given. And I'll select my text to here. I'll click drag to create this selection box. I will change my size to, let's go for 6. The text in this box is a default text that Photoshop usually paste in when you use the text tool. So I don't know what is in there, but if you are willing, you can go and search on lamine achievements, all that, so that you can make. I mean, you can type in right information in there, but we don't have time, so you use that default text. I'll change the size of the text to 4. Yeah, I'll double click. I'll select all of them and I'll align it to the center so that it will look nice and appealing like that. So you can leave it like that, but I want to add a touch to the text here. So the lamine, I'll select lamine and double click on lamine. I'll select on gradient overlay. If you want to change the colors, your colors are not this kind of color, you click on the gradients overlay, you click on the gradients, you make necessary changes as I taught you earlier on with the gradients similar here. You click on here, you make changes to the color, you click here, you make changes to the color. You can see the color coming, opacity to increase to 100 so that you can see here too similar. But one thing is that helps me a lot is, like, I've make this color. I want to save this color so that anytime I want to come back or I want to use this color, it will be easier for me just by clicking on it. So if you want to save your colors easily, you click on new. The moment you click on new like that, it will save your color here. Have you seen it? It has been saved over here. Yeah. So it will save your color. Then you click on OK. So anytime you come back, it will be saved there. Click on OK. And you come to inner glow. For inner glow, I change the blending mode to screen, the opacity 100, the choke 9, the size 24, and the color to I used yellow, but not deep yellow, but a little bit lighter yellow, as you can see. So this is the yellow, but I brought it over here like that, close to white, whitish yellow, something like that, and click OK. Click OK. Come to the yamal to gradient overlay in a glow, same as the lamine. Click OK. Yeah, this is it for today. You can add a lot of stuff to it. You can add some text or some design below here and other stuff, but for this tutorial, this is the end, and this is how I made lamine more sports design. As I've already said, I'll place the resource file link in the description box so that you can download them. You can also leave a comment below the comment section box on what you want to learn and what you want to know in the next tutorial. Peace out.